buckos and buckarettes. It's time again for Convention with Friends. Or solo. I'm gonna invite myself. You're not invited. But welcome, hi. Invitations out to all. So I think today is our first like full-on summery day. It's in the high 60s today. Today is Saturday the... Ooh, boy. That's rough. Saturday the 7th? 8th? It's gotta be like the 9th. Okay, let's extrapolate backwards. So Wednesday is the 13th. I don't know why exactly I remember that. So Tuesday 12th, Monday 11th, Sunday 10th. Yeah, it's Saturday the 9th. Okay, we got there. We did it. That's how I have to figure out days. I could hover my mouse over the time on my computer. Not gonna do that. You're not the freaking boss of me. You're not the freaking Boston meat. I was about to sit down to write, but this happened. This game that I'm currently playing happened. Now I realize that where I am, I need to jump around a bit in the writing process. I need to go back and put some stuff in that I just have I put a note in a previous chapter or in a previous section. We're not at the point where we can call anything a chapter. And I need to get that part working, but I need to figure out how I'm going to cause events. Like I said earlier, I'm at the point where I'm feeling like the characters are moving themselves to some degree. They're self-propelling, but the events are what I have to come up with. This is my fucking job, you know, in this whole thing, you know. And I've been spending the last couple days just writing and kind of not feeling like I'm focused in on enough on what I'm writing. So what I'm going to do is go back and fix this one part that I kind of skimmed over, and then I want to just sit down and do some idea-scaping, if that makes sense. Like, I want to clarify some of the ideas I have to myself instead of just like, you know, pushing forward. Pushing forward is really good because it keeps things moving. It kind of lets you get something down instead of waiting for it to sorry. Instead of waiting for it to, you know, necessarily be perfect, you get to just do it, and then you can fix it later. But right now, the holes that are before me are holes of concept, and it's really hard to continue moving forward when you have holes of concept. So we're going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to really, really hope here. Well, fuck. Okay, so I thought this was going to be just a quick one. Let my mind kind of rattle and loosen. But we're going to be here for a bit. Holy crap. So I got to keep that in mind with all the decisions I make on this first run. That there will be blood, there will be death, and there will be resurrection. Wow. Alright. Well, I honestly feel that the Marine is a good character for a clone run, because his benefits are eternal. He doesn't have, his stuff is not like first floor stuff. His first floor is not the weakest of them all. That's obviously the pilot, but pretty weak. But that accuracy, that reload speed, those are gonna be positives that apply to everything else. I'm very glad. Oops. Damn. I'm very glad that I went for that one first, though. Honestly. I was thinking maybe I'll go to the guy, but you know, it's black chest. Wait, what are you gonna do? You're gonna not go to the black chest? Come on. You know a black chest is a black chest. Link, Lonk. That could be anything. That could even be nothing. Nothing of value. No keys. That sucks. We could get Curse. We can get that Cursed Bat. We could also check for secrets. Boom. This is gonna be a long one. I'm not gonna rush it. I don't think we're gonna find a secret room. I think the secret room on this one is right here. Cool. And there we go. We're definitely going Link over Blue. There's like 3 tiers of items that he could give. It's a brown chest item. That's okay. Honestly, the number of decent opportunities from what's it called? Good. All right, we got exactly that. We got 2 curse, one ammo non-bot. Says it's working. I'm just gonna type it in. I see ammo non-bot right there. Maybe if I'm not streaming, it just like takes its DST. But we're at 2 curse. And it's actually, oh god damn, wow. It's actually gonna take some rememberies to keep track of that for the time being. Man, like 1 fragment of a room. Okay. Took 2 hits too quickly because of fucking Casey. Can't give it up now. I need to be more on top of it though. I need to be smarter, faster, more productive. It's funny to think, that song that I was just thinking was, I think a Radiohead song about, you know, how everybody's boring and everything's awful if you, like, are stuck in your job and you're just doing your job and your job sucks and life sucks. Oh my god. Holy fucking shit. Holy shitting fuck shit. God damn it. Okay, so we need a lot of money. 115 at the minimum for the ability to steal. The ability to steal would be phenomenal because we can drop all of this curse. And then just get the cheap stuff. What's this guy doing over here? Oh, he really hated that explosive barrel. Right in the pit. Right in the pit. Oh, come on. Boom, boom, boom. I should be working on actually getting rid of some of this ammo in case I do end up getting lead skin. Lead skin, clone run, dynamite. Ooh boy, get out of my way. Fuckaroni. Where's the phrase balonely from? Oh, I remember. It's from 3-word phrase. Ryan Pequin. I don't know why the phrase balonely just popped into my head. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be using the fucking thing on this boss here. Casey. Because his boss is so big and so slow. Oh, yeah. And Casey doesn't have to worry about DPS count. Or using the Casey means I don't have to worry about the DPS count. Damn it. Come on, some stealable gun like the Grey Mauser would be. Nope. Well, I mean, nope. Keys. This is a good gun. I've discovered. Man, is this run gonna really give me the Gundromeda strain and then not let me get it? When I know that by the end of this run we're gonna have so buku our Dolores are going to be, that it's going to be close to incomparable. So buku will our Dolores be. Come on! Ugh. Boop. Boop. It's unlocked. That's neat. That's at least neat. At least there's that neatness. Oh, I wish we had the ability to steal. I bet it's in this room. It's never going to be in that room. It might be here. Nope. Well. Okay, let's just see what we got. 80 casings means no Gundromeda strain under any circumstances. Let's do that. Alright, it's not the world's worst. We want to keep our curse though. I really should test this before I mess with it. That's fine. It's a decent weapon. Not great. You know what does suck? Now that I'm realizing it, if we didn't get Casey, we could have we could absolutely have could absolutely afforded good Gundromeda strain. But that's how this game goes. You always gotta lose a little. This is kind of a disappointment there. Okay, dokie. I guess this and this and invincibility are gonna be our best bets. We still got the clone. Nothing else we can do on this floor. I don't know what weapon I thought I had. At the ready. But it was something that insta-kills. Whoa. What? That guy's attack wasn't charged up. Looking right at it. Oh my fucking lord. I'm going to wait on that until after this boss, but holy shit, I would love now the ability to hold a second item. Wow. Every time I buy something, it's a bad call. So I can actually buy that and use it once before the boss. It would take some trickery. Take some doing. I can see there's another room on the other side. Oh, baby boy, boy, baby boy, boy. Go every path you can outside of the multi-fork rooms, because oftentimes, recently, it's been just like in an adjacent room. Okay. You guys, this combination of enemies pissed me off. There we go. Because I just wanted to do that. See, that's the thing. How do I get the ability to hold two things without just opening chests? Answer is you don't. That's good. This is better. All right. Do. There's the other one. So we'll only have one locked chest to deal with, so we can wait. And the other chest is gonna have a gun. That sucks. Because a gun is not a backpack. Or a utility belt. Which currently, I'm pretty sure the only two fucking... No, the rat thing, but I don't think the rat pouch drops like the rat boots do. I just gotta say, this run still has absolutely nothing to worry about. Like, literally nothing to worry about. If things start going really terribly, even then it doesn't matter because we have the fucking clone, and we'll just start over earlier. It's not, we're not in a tight spot in any way. But there's some things. That was so easy. It's gonna be hard to give up the fucking thing. But here's how we do it. We gotta do this right. So what we do, we drop this, get this, right? It doesn't matter. I was thinking maybe there was a way to save that, but it doesn't, it straight up doesn't matter. Whoa. Hey, that guy was hard to hit. An extra chest? Okay. There we go. That was great. Now we've got a little rage and a little boss crush-ination. So we have 2 curse we could easily drop. This would put us at 6.5. If we could afford it, which we can, so we don't need to think about it. This is going to be a long one. I wish I had more to talk about. There's some stuff I'd like to talk about, but it kind of comes, like, in my head, as I've been thinking about it, it kind of comes off as, like, a little bit, like, character assassination-y because the other person can't respond. But we got, like, 2 hours from this point on. So maybe it's worth it to just do it. Anyway, so, I was talking to, or Jackie was talking to her mom earlier. I should not talk about my mother-in-law. I'm going to, though. She was talking to her mom earlier, and her mom is being, her mom is kind of influenceable. She's able to be, like, persuaded by conspiracy theorists and that kind of crowd, like, and the big one that she's on is the, like, she's with the protest, the lockdown crowd, because, of course, that's the same group. She's talking about how, you know, her rights are being trampled, how I believe she said that if the option is between confinement and death, she would choose death. Like, this real dramatic level stuff, right? You know, her mom lives in a huge house, has access to the same internet we all have access to, with the tons of stuff to do. She's got a big yard. She is treating the situation as, you know, Japanese internment camp. She's treating it as the same thing as, you know, as slavery. She's behaving. She brought up the quote that Trump took from someone else that he claimed as his own about, you know, the cure being worse than the disease. The disease is setting records for daily deaths. The disease is a 9/11 every 2 days. The disease right now is a murderer killing a million, or not a million, killing over 1,000 old people every 24 hours. Not just old people, like immunocompromised. It's infecting, you know, tens of thousands of people per day. And the cure is stay at home and watch TV and enjoy all the shit that you got. Her mom is not like a super outdoorsy person. She's, so I mean, she's not like a shut-in, but she's someone who just, like, the way that I'm feeling about this is she's someone who really just can't stand the idea of being told what to do in a situation like this. I don't know. I'm treading very lightly here. There's so much more that I really want to say. There's so much like genuine anger I have with this outlook on the situation. This victimhood of people being in their homes. They can't understand who all of this is for. So they have to treat the small amount of sacrifice that they're giving as a major constitutional crisis, and it's insane for me. Like, these are the same people who will not say anything about a person falsely, arrested or anything like that. I'm gonna take a buttload of damage in this room. Holy fuck, that sucked. Who won't say anything about, dang, that sucked. The wrongful imprisonment of anyone, who basically will only discuss things when they have negative impact. Oh man, fuck. When they have a negative impact on their individual lives. It's like, it's like pretty basic shit, right? Like, the problem doesn't exist until the problem hits their doorstep. They're not, the people who are handling the situation like this are not the only people to see it. Like, there's no threat until the threat, ooh, boy, that was close, can take anything away from them. But the thing is, like, the main reason I have so much of a problem with this situation is the thing that's being removed from these people is not very much. It's not, we're not asking for much. I mean, there are some businesses that are losing money. There are some businesses that are losing money. There are plenty of businesses that are doing just fine, especially with the bailouts and stuff like that. The businesses that are doing fine are, usually the the awfulest ones in this, because they're gonna pocket that bailout money and say that they need more later. Regardless, the point I'm trying to make of this is quarantine is not like a criminal burden that it's placing on these people. It's really not. The lockdown is for the greater good, which is what society is fundamentally supposed to be about. And okay, so that's okay. Let's do it. Now it's working. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Wait a second. 3. Okay. The point of society is to take care of as many of the people as possible, right? It's to make sure that overall humanity is doing well. Sometimes this means wars, right? It means battling against people who are threatening the lives of you and your loved ones, right? War is a complicated issue because a lot of times people are fighting for things that aren't the actual reasons that they're told they're fighting for. It's resources, it's ideologies that they don't necessarily believe in, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But we're not talking about wars right now. We're talking about asking people to stay inside, or wear a mask, or take a little bit of time off and just fucking chill out. And people are like, absolutely not. Like, it's so crazy to me that people are saying, like, no, I refuse to wear a mask. So the way that the whole thing came up is Jackie's grandmother, no, we're not doing that, who is elderly, who is immunocompromised, who is, ooh, that's good. We might be able to get that green chest. Who, is in a retirement home. I put this at 8. We'll use it for a floor. And then flop it and drop it. Or maybe we'll use it for the ramp. But who is all these things that people are saying are the most likely to be targeted? Some of the people in her retirement community broke quarantine to go out to the stores. And Jackie's mom's like, they did the right thing. No one should have the right to tell them what to do and what not to do. I think I had a good example of this earlier. Like, a good example of how stupid this argument is. If I was going around and just spinning around and shooting a gun, people would take me down. They'd lock me up. They'd put me away. If I was shooting mostly up in the air, but occasionally those bullets were ricocheting and hitting other people, not killing all of them, but, you know, 6.8% of the people that I hit died from the wound that I inflicted. They would put me away, right? That's what the coronavirus is. That's what people are fighting to do. They're saying, I should be able to shoot a gun up in the air at random, and whoever has a problem with it, wherever I am, that's their fault. This is America. This is my freedom. And it's like, I've been trying slightly, not trying the hardest I could, I guess, to be a little bit more understanding of the other side. But in this case, I don't fucking get it. I don't get how anyone can defend actions that will put others at significant, devastating risk. Why doesn't that have this energy? There we go. Like, how can anyone say that because they don't want to wear a mask, it's okay if they secretly are harboring a disease that could kill the people around them? Like, it's just crazy. And you know, there are people who are so passionate about this that they're posting it on their social media and they're losing their job. And I know those people are going to get fucking radicalized. Like, the ones that lost their job because they said something about Costco not getting their business because they refused to wear a mask, and then they threatened them with a gun. That person is going to believe that their fight is a holy one. Like, that's the United States right now. Is if you're wrong about a subject, you have to double down. You have to make it your mission to bring down anyone who may have been on the other side of the issue. And it's fucking crazy. Like, I, for instance, I'm very, very upset about what happened with the Democratic National Convention of Bernie Sanders and all that. I'm pissed. I'm furious. It feels like, you know, essentially robbery. I don't have any way to put this thing out, do I? However, I'm not grabbing my gun and storming the State House about it. I'm not screaming in police officers' face. I mean, I would be taken down in a fucking heartbeat if I did any of that. I would be, like, assassinated live on video if I did any of that. And everyone would be like, you know, he did it. I mean, we just had those people finally arrested for murdering that guy who was just jogging at night. Like, it took 2 months to arrest a guy that was caught on video, or 2 people that were caught on video assassinating a dude in cold blood because he was jogging. But anyway, this whole situation is like, it's hard to not feel that the problem is the way that we communicate ideas in the United States. It's not discussion, it's not debate, it's not opinions, it's... Oh man, I gotta stop getting hit. It's beliefs held as if they are gospel, you know? There's a difference between having an opinion about something and having a crusade. Like, we're in the era right now where everything is crusadable. If you have been convinced that immigrants are the reason for all of your problems, you don't have a discussion about it. You fucking scream to lock them up. Like, that's how you handle that. If you believe that, it's fucking nuts. I don't know. I wear my particular biases on my sleeve. I am a very left-leaning individual, and I will always be, you know. But my reasoning is not because I like Team Democrat. My reasoning is, motherfucking locked shit. That's so infuriating. Didn't even know that was the room. Well, let's just find this box. But my reasoning is because I think that, like, the things that I get are not the things that matters. The things that everyone should have access to that matters. And I really genuinely believe that. Like, this isn't about me. Nothing that I'm, like, arguing for is about me getting mine. Like, it's about everyone having access to this stuff. Like, it's really, I don't know. It really feels so different to be like, hey, I need to make sure that I get the most that I can. And when I talk to people, like, there's this person that was in my Final Fantasy 14 group. I don't know if he's coming back. I don't know what's going on with him, but who cares? But you know, he basically says, like, if there are loopholes for you to get more from the government, you have to take them. And I was like, why wouldn't it be better if, you know, people were offered the things that they need and then taxed on? He's like, because people are going to try to get whatever they can. And it's like, you're going about it the wrong way. You're saying that you are one of the people who will try to get whatever they can and screw over everyone else to get there, and then condemning people for that same behavior. It's like, it's backwards. Like, I don't want to loophole and sue, and I don't want to take nefarious means to... I don't want to utilize nefarious means to get a leg up, you know? I want the situation to be one where people who utilize nefarious means are punished for doing awful shit. Like, a situation where the selfish suffer for their selfishness, not we shouldn't share because some people are going to be bad. Yuck. Hate this guy. It's such a weird, backwards way to think about it. You take the worst, the outliers, the smallest number of instances, and then you use that as the example for why something shouldn't be. Like, okay, so in Europe, oh God, I wish I could remember exactly where. I hate doing the thing where it's like, in some country I can't. I didn't buy the thing. I'm just here wasting armor. That's dumb. Dang. I really thought I bought that. Well, we'll get it next time. Anything worthwhile in here? No. But, you know, somewhere, some country, Norway, something, I don't know. They tested a universal basic income for a segment of the population. And the results have been outstandingly positive. The results have been exactly what people have argued for, that people will use that money for positive gains. Not positive gains, but for appropriate things. People have used it to increase their employability. It's opened up greater avenues for finding work. It's been spent on necessities. These people who got this money didn't go out and blow it on shit, which is the argument against it. Why should I give money to poor people? They're going to use it to buy drugs or booze or the other things that I appreciate in life that they don't deserve because they have less money than me. And like it really is that. It's like I should be able to have party supplies and stuff because I have money. They don't, and we shouldn't help them have the things that cause enjoyment in my life. It's like a fundamentally selfish outlook. And it's like, yes, there will be instances of people utilizing the money earned from a UBI situation to, I don't know, buy stocks or some other shitty thing that we all do when we have money. Like, to get in on that market speculation and just profit off of this. But that stuff is not like, it's not like they're gonna sit there and you know, not give their kids daycare or look for a job because they got $1,000 this month. It's like, if you're being honest about it, the number of cases of people using it only to pull themselves out of a terrible situation will be so small, or the number of cases of people doing that will be such a huge majority that it'll dwarf the other ones. But people love to find fault in others. They love to be like, even if you, let's say universal basic income was something that affected literally everyone. Millionaires got $1,000 a month, right? Billionaires got $1,000. Fucking, you know, people that make $100K a year got $1,000 a month. The people that they would be then blaming as misusing it are still the people who are making less than $20,000 a year. Like, it wouldn't matter that, you know, the millionaires are spending it on jet fuel or whatever. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, it's done. It wouldn't matter that it's being, the average person is throwing it away. What would matter is that they saw a poor person use it for beer once. Like, and it's crazy. It's crazy because, like, I don't know. It's like, so I think it's the governor of Georgia or a representative of Georgia or somebody. I just read this recently. He got in and he was jogging. God, I wish I could remember the guy's name. I feel so bad not having the specific instances accurately pulled aside for this. But this guy got in a tree limb fell on him while he was out jogging. He then sued something, whoever owned the tree or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. I read this in a TIL, so I don't know the specific deets. He got, I think, however many millions of dollars, 8 million or something, from the lawsuit against the tree company or whatever. And then he became a councilman or state senator or something like that. I don't know. Like, all the details are out. But he passed a law that says and he's making an increasing amount of money per year on the settlement. Then he in office passed a law that says that no one can earn over $750,000 from a similar situation. He basically said, all right, guys, I got mine. I'm still, to this day, currently making fat dividends off of this, but we're not going to let anybody else have access to it. You know, like, it's just a little ridiculous for people to think they can make money off of a situation like that. And then he's like, check please. Like, that is the mentality of the people who are approaching this situation from a I get mine, you don't get yours point of view. Like, these people that are making sure that they have access to the money or to the best outcome from these situations, and then blocking it off so other people don't benefit to the same degree that they did. It's like insane that people will see this and they'll go like, oh yeah, I mean, that guy, of course he did that. That's what a smart person would do. He would get as much as he can and then make it so that people don't live at the same level as him. It's the same thing with, like, so every time there's a discussion about raising the minimum wage, there's one argument that invariably comes up, and it's this one. I've been working my ass off for 12 years and I get paid $15 an hour at my current job. If someone who just starts gets $15 an hour, how is that fair to me who has worked so hard to get to where I am? And the answer is, just because you have something doesn't mean no one else should have that something. The problem is the people that are willing to make you feel like they are stealing from you for making the same amount. Your standard of living should increase proportionally, yes, but also them suffering doesn't make you richer. Like, the point of, like, punching down, making sure that no one gets to your level, is so inherently obviously toxic and selfish that I can't believe anybody uses it as a fucking argument. Like, I don't know. It's the same thing with the people like, I had to join the army. I had to put my life at risk to pay off my college loans. So I don't think that it's fair that anyone should get free college loans or free education. That's not fair. I had to suffer. Why shouldn't they? And, like, that's that, and the, like, the people who do the opposite, where they get the benefit and then they make sure no one else can get it. It's like, it's insane to me, and I hate, like, ragging on the same thing, but, like, it's insane to me that anybody sees somebody do that and they're like, huh, he's better than the opposition, so I'm gonna support him all the way in every regard. I can't believe I just got hit there. That was dumb. It was a dumb start to this one. I guess it's not that big of a deal because we're gonna have to die on this floor anyway. Man, it'd be really nice to not have to worry about the rat for the entire second run. But how would that even work? If I killed the rat and then did another run with the rat already dead, would the rat appear? I guess not. If I kept the transformation, he probably wouldn't appear. If I didn't do that, I honestly don't know what the answer is. It's like, so this game, Into the Gungeon, this game that I play all the time, it was much harder when it first came out. It was much more balanced toward, like, unnecessarily punishing. And when they added a lot of the new stuff that, like, has improved the standard of, improved the play experience dramatically, there are a lot of people who think, like, man, these so's and don't know how good they have it. I wish it would go back to the old hard way, so that everyone had to experience the difficulty that I had to experience getting here. And it's like, why do you wish that? Why do you need to spread suffering instead of spreading enjoyment? And like, I get, you know, you can argue it's a little different when it comes to a game that's all about like challenge and stuff. And now, but even still, it's just, you've got to be fucking kidding me with this guy. It's got to be like, people don't need to spread the shittiest aspects of things, but they still do. And the way I wish, god damn it, the way I wish the world could start to work, is people go like, okay, I had a rough experience. I had a terrible, terrible, frighteningly awful experience because of so-and-so. I don't want anyone on planet Earth to ever experience that again, so let's make sure it doesn't happen. It's like, you know, the first generation immigrants who don't want immigrants in the country, even though they can just look straight up at their parents and see how them immigrating has been so beneficial. They don't want anybody else to have it because those people are going to take their stuff. Like, it's just baby mode thinking. Like, it's just the babiest of modes of thinking, and it's upsetting. I hope that we don't have to do it, have to deal with people being that way forever, but I don't, it's one of those, like, I can't hold my breath on it. I don't know if there's a country out there that's got it all together for a long time. You know, it was kind of the Switzerland, Sweden, those countries. Like, I don't know what's going on with Switzerland, but I know that Sweden right now is fucking shitting its brains out. Like, they've decided that herd immunity is going to be the law of the land for them. God damn it. I bounced into him, didn't take damage the first time, so I tried again once he was no longer spinning. Okay, so Sweden currently has the highest death rate to coronavirus in the world. It is a glowing, glittering, gleaming example of why quarantine is important to combat the spread of this virus. They basically, yeah, absolutely. Basically, like, it's getting devastating because they never quarantined. They never issued that. They let people have their quote-unquote, like, freedoms, and now people are dying like crazy. And I don't know why people need to see the absolute worst. Like, I think about it sometimes, and it's like, there are two very contradictory parts about being a human being. One is that we're so pattern-based that we make wrong assumptions. Like, racism comes from our penchant for finding patterns in everything. Like, it's a direct result, I feel, of people just seeing patterns where they don't necessarily exist. People will often say, okay, so this is going to put us at 4.5. People will often say things like, you know, anything that people say, there's a bit of truth in it. And it's like, you know, that leads to people going like, wow. Well, I mean, if they're racist, there's got to be a reason behind it. And it's like, it's because they look for the simplest pattern, and then they accept that as the gospel truth. It's insane. And then you'll find an example of exactly, like, South Korea has done amazingly with this coronavirus pandemic, because they immediately acted, put people in quarantine, got testing out everywhere, did everything as appropriately as they possibly could, and people won't look at that as an example of what to do. They'll look at Sweden and be like, look, they did all this dumb, terrible shit in Sweden. Why can't we be living like them? Instead of seeing that it's dumb and terrible and people are dying like fucking crazy. Why does it turn off when it wants to? Why is it such an easy thing for people to say, hey, maybe I don't want to abide by the pattern recognition if it's gonna conflict with my ideals. My ideals are, I'm free, I can go sneeze on a sick baby's face and give them coronavirus, because otherwise you're impeding my freedoms. Ooh. And to me, is like, a bit of it is selfishness, a bit of it is confusion, and the greatest bit of it all is the insanity of groupthink. Like, it's how willing to just let other people tell them how to think certain individuals are. That didn't blank either of them? That sucks. Let's think of it this way. If herd immunity worked for this, wouldn't we be seeing Sweden as the example of what to do? Wouldn't we see that place as just like skyrocketing success? And honestly, if that worked, I'd be like, let's fucking get on it. Like, let's do that. The point is, I don't want quarantine. I'm not a proponent of the lockdown. What I am is a proponent of doing the thing that causes this all to be fixed relatively soon, instead of doing the thing that causes it to just happen over and over and over again. I should go check the shop and see if there's anything else right there. Before I fully do this. I'll get spring heel boots. And I'll fill this up. Spring heel boots are pretty fun. They can be, at least. Well, I guess I filled in the hole. Wait. But we're gonna stop this first video here, because that's how I do these now, and it's gonna be a twofer, because this is long. The next one probably not gonna be as long, maybe because I will go to the right, but we'll see. But I'll see you very soon.